Now that we are armed with ancient historical context when it comes to rules of war and war crimes, I want to jump directly to the establishment of the modern war crime to describe exactly how war crimes came to be in the first place and how the term war crime evolved from its establishment in the roughly 1800s to the modern day, the Lieber Code. As we've discussed so far in this video, throughout history, there have been countless cultures with countless different customs or rules or gentlemen's agreements when it comes to warfare. But it wasn't until 1863, with the establishment of the Lieber Code, that there was ever one formalized, codified system that sought to govern and be the official law when it came to war. Francis Lieber was born in 1798 in Berlin, and as a young adult, Francis was exposed to the horrors of war. He first fought for Prussia in the Napoleonic Wars, and then later fought in the Greek War of Independence less than a decade later. Fortunately, Francis survived both of these wars, and ended up moving to America and became an academic. He worked in the University of South Carolina as a tenured professor for both history and political economy. And it was actually at this job where he met Major General Henry W. Halleck. And shortly after becoming professionally acquainted, Francis was commissioned by this Major General to write the first instructions for the government of the armies of the United States in the field, aka the General's Orders 100, aka the Lieber Code. And the initial purpose of the Lieber Code was to be the military law that governed the actions of the Union Army during the Civil War. Now, this was no small task. Francis Lieber was literally just asked to make the rules of war for an entire army based off of basically all of the customs of war to ever exist. And while this job may seem daunting, he was the perfect man for the job, as he had both war experience, law experience, and political experience. And what he presented to the American government at the time not only went on to shape the Civil War, but also served as the basis for other warfare-related laws that came later down the line. One notable example being the Geneva Convention, which we're going to discuss soon. Now, with that being said, let's dive into exactly what the Lieber Code suggests should and shouldn't be allowed in war.